We're doing hotly debated issues, and being a hotly debated issue. It's some unusual story, circumventing the web in regards to my significant other. In April, you petitioned for legal separation from your better half-right Kevin. After almost 22 years of marriage, right? It seems like Kevin Tracker, the alienated spouse of moderator Wendy Williams, has at last focused on his turbulent relationship with Sharina Hudson, the lady he was purportedly associated with during his marriage. Rumors from far and wide suggest that Kevin, who was once enjoying a life of ease and comfort, is presently left broke and suffocating underwater after the split. Yet that is not all. The word on the road is that Sharina isn't keen on keeping close by for a destitute life. She clearly believes nothing should do with Kevin's monetary difficulties and is prepared to continue on toward greener fields. Appears as though this outrageous issue has taken very much a cost for Kevin, genuinely and monetarily. Clutch your seats, people, since we're going to jump profound into the detachment dramatization between Kevin Tracker and Sharina Hudson. Yet first, we should go on an undeniably exhilarating outing through a world of fond memories. Cast your brains back to a period before Sharina came into the image. Everything began when Kevin Tracker encountered the thrilling anchor person Wendy Williams in 1994. Love bloomed, and after 3 years they went all in and secured the bunch. Their marriage invited a son, the now 22-year-old Kevin Tracker Jr., a consistent sign of their once flourishing relationship. Anyway, things took a sensational turn when reports surfaced in April 2019, uncovering Kevin Tracker's treachery, and the breaks in their 21-year marriage became difficult to overlook. Applause. Doing hotly debated issues. And being a hotly debated issue. Applause. It's some kind of unusual story, circumventing the web. With respect to my better half, the titles were wherever the sensationalist newspapers, the paper's staggering news sources, were discussing this undertaking. Presently, look, I'm an honest person, ecclesiastical. All you must do is Google him, and you see the story. You can accept what you need. Yet the couple chose to head out in different directions, and their separation was formally concluded on January 22, 2020. In any case, even while still wedded to Wendy, Kevin wound up snared in an outrageous undertaking with a lady named Sharina Hudson. The interest and disloyalty were out of this world as Kevin's twofold life became exposed. The outrageous story of Kevin and Serena's relationship continues getting more stunning. Might you at any point accept that these two have figured out how to push their relationship along for an incredible 16 years. The interest started in 2007, when Kevin, actually wedded to Wendy Williams at the time, began sneaking around with Sharina, discuss a twofold life. Yet it doesn't stop there. Kevin didn't betray Wendy. He likewise had the daringness to utilize Wendy's well-deserved cash to subsidize Sharina's luxurious way of life. That is correct. He assumed the part of an ideal friendly benefactor for his paramour. He upheld Sharina monetarily, as well as even aided her seek after her fantasies. Evan pulled out all the stops, from putting her through school to turn into a back rub specialist to opening a stand for her at a shopping center in North Carolina. He even went to the extent that setting up a gems and dress line for her called Vish. However, it seems like none of her organizations has seen any genuine achievement. And as though all that wasn't sufficient, new cozy photographs before long began to arise showing Kevin and Sharina getting very close. The proof recently continued stacking up further, uncovering the degree of their shameful undertaking, how they figured out how to maintain their mystery concealed for such a long time is a miracle. At any rate, it has been known that while Wendy Williams was looking for treatment in a recovery office in Florida recently, Kevin additionally boldly flew Sharina down to the daylight state. Could you at any point accept it? While Wendy was endeavoring to better herself, Kevin couldn't avoid the enticement and figured out how to meet with his courtesan just in the wake of visiting his significant other in recovery. Maybe Kevin had no respect for his activities results or their effect on Wendy's recuperation, the lengths he went to keep up with his issue while his significant other was looking for help is basically marvelous. Kevin traveled to Florida to visit his significant other and took Sharina with him. The source said she remained at the lodging while he went to see Wendy during the day. The source additionally added Kevin is enamored with Sharina, yet he told her he can't leave his better half. Yet the main explanation he is still with Wendy is that he and Sharina can't deal with themselves. They need her cash. It appears to be that Kevin went all out in guaranteeing the solace of his mysterious sweetheart subsequent to dwelling in a rich rural home worth an incredible $765,000 in Morristown, New Jersey. He went above and beyond and whisked Sharina away to an in vogue Manhattan condo. Discuss enjoying a life of ease and comfort. This move just adds to the account of Kevin's lavish motions towards his escort, leaving many pondering exactly the way in which far he would go to keep her close by. Yet that is not all, since reports have been whirling that Wendy Williams, the syndicated program sovereign herself, was very much aware of her significant other's undertaking. Anyway, reports recommend that she might have been conditioned by Kevin, making it all the seriously grievous and confounding. An insider claims he controls all that. He takes her telephone. She has 0 companions, and she's not in that frame of mind with her family. The source said he controls each part of her life, since he's uncertain his main ability is spending her cash, and the cash streams down to Sharina. The plot continues towards the peak as Kevin Tracker currently winds up in steaming hot water when news breaks that he has fathered a child. Young lady with Sharina Hudson, his then sweetheart. This stunner disclosure was sufficient to send shockwaves through Wendy's reality, and she essentially couldn't deal with it. Yet here's where things get fascinating. Wendy, never one to avoid taking striking actions, made a fairly unimportant play in reprisal. In April, you petitioned for legal separation from your better half, right, Kevin? After almost 22 years of marriage, right? And 25 years being together, right? And due to his treachery. In any case, no doubt you realize unfaithfulness is one thing, a full child is an entire nother subject. Oak. Definitely. I mean, you said in the New York Times magazine, I'm an extremely sympathetic individual, yet there's one thing I would never be a piece of. And that one thing happened. Gracious, wow. And that was all there was to it. Better believe it, the child did it. Gracious child on music. Better believe it. In April 2019, simply 7 days in the wake of petitioning for legal separation from Kevin, Wendy took a definitive influence move and terminated him from his job as the leader maker of her own show, The Wendy Williams Show. Now that was a savage move, to be sure. Wendy wasn't going to let her ex keep on being a piece of her expert life after his careless activities. And the fresh insight about Sharina's pregnancy, plainly not set in stone to make a total separation and cut off all binds with Kevin. Are you separated from? Why, James, how dare you? Roots following 9 months. Yes, I'm completely separated from an entryway, has shut in previous lifestyle. The new section has been so wonderful. Wow, congrats. Applause. Music. It just so happens Kevin purportedly proposed to Sharina with a monstrous $80,000 ring in 2020. As per sources, he went all out when it came to buying this stunning piece of gems. Then again, he had no culpability about Wendy figuring out reality, and it seems as he didn't care the slightest bit discussing treachery. Wendy knew about Kevin's offenses all through their 21-year marriage. As a matter of fact, she as of late admitted that his cheating didn't surprise her, as he had been associated with others during their time together. Yet here's where it gets much juicier. It was hypothesized that Wendy dropped the sensation that she had employed a confidential specialist to follow Kevin, revealing his disloyalties years before the public looked them up some other time. Wendy said, I never felt that I would be in this position. I'm an extremely lenient individual. However, there's one thing that I would never be a piece of, and that one thing happened. I've had some significant awareness of her, nearly starting from the starting. I've realized that Kevin is a sequential cheat. Whenever I first found out was while I was pregnant with our child on bed rest. It appears to be that Sharina Hudson, the lady at the focal point of the shocking undertaking with Kevin Tracker, supposedly brought forth a child young lady in Walk 2019. Unintentionally, that was close to a similar time when Wendy Williams petitioned for legal separation from her ex. Yet here's where it gets considerably more surprising. As per Wendy herself, Sharina wasn't the main lady in Kevin's life. So there were all the more the response is yes, Sharina incidentally turned out to be the person who wound up having his child. It appears to be that Kevin Tracker then, at that point, likewise confronted serious monetary difficulties. Since Wendy's famous syndicated program, The Wendy Williams Show, finished in 2022, in the midst of her private matters, Kevin's divorce settlement installments have come to a dramatic end. Reports propose that he hasn't gotten any monetary help from Wendy since mid-2022, as her cash is at present safeguarded under monetary guardianship. This implies that Wendy doesn't approach her significant abundance until she is intellectually fit for overseeing it, mindfully discuss an unexpected development, with Kevin professing to be poor in battling to earn barely enough to get by. Plainly, the tables have turned in this wild connection with Sharina. I have fallen behind on the majority of my bills. I as of now live locally that expects installments to the property holder's affiliation. And I'm behind on that charge, Kevin said in his documenting. On the off chance that the mortgage holder's affiliation expenses are not paid, dispossession will be for long fall. He went on by saying my vehicle protection hasn't been paid because of not getting month-to-month severance installments. I'm behind on visa installments since I have no cash since the severance installments were suspended. So are you likewise feeling that this time Kevin has been hit hard by karma, as Sharina has chosen to dump him when he got broke?